Why do we grow? What's the point in growing up? What do we learn from growing up? Our minds, they're just full of many questions that are looking for the answers. Our minds are also just crazy imaginations that are filled up with creativity and fantasy. Imagine life as a seed. Every seed starts the journey of underground, but as time goes by, the seed starts to grow bigger and stronger. We then realize that the seed is actually growing into a beautiful tree or plant. So the seed that is being compared to his life has grown into a tree. And that tree is starting to grow branches. And those branches are representing our values, our personal things that represent us. Along the journey of growing up, we face boundaries, barriers, and things that are just stopping us from getting in the way. But we must realize that everything happens for a reason. These boundaries and barriers are only filling our minds with the knowledge that we need into becoming successful people. We then come to a very extremely important point in life where we're actually ready to face the world. Yes, people, this is all about growing up. Everything happens for a reason. But we must learn that as we grow up, we are actually growing power. And we must use that power into becoming successful people. To help us understand this idea better, I am going to be talking to you about two important texts that will help us understand that our power and strengths are the key in order for us to becoming successful. The two texts are Bully Basher and The Road Not Taken. In the novel Bully Basher by Witi Ihimada, we learn that having mana earns us respect and success. This idea was shown through the main character and his conflict that he had between his grandfather, Tomihana Mahana. These two characters portray to us that the key to becoming successful is being fearless and being brave enough to stand up for what we strongly believe in. The main character Simeon starts off as being very quiet and shy, but as the novel goes on we realize that Simeon starts to grow confidence and bravery. We then identify that he has what it takes to become a leader. Simeon has a very big passion for his education. He prides it and treasures it as his possession. But everyone else in the family is against him as they believe their success comes in sporting achievements. Do you think priding our education is important to us and will lead us down the road to success? Yes, of course it is. Education is the key in order for us to having successful futures. If we do not have education, we will most probably be living in jungles as cavemen. An important scene that Witi Ihimada used in Bully Basher was when Simeon and his classmates went on a field trip to the local courthouse to watch live court cases that were being taken. Simeon realized that all the people that were getting sentenced were actually his people. They were all moldy. Simeon was very furious, as he is proud of his culture, and he hates seeing his moldy people being punished for things that they don't deserve. Once everything had finished taking place, Simeon's teacher kindly asked Simeon to thank the judge for allowing his class to witness the cases live. But instead of thanking the judge, Simeon actually took this as an opportunity to speak his point on why he thinks the decisions that the judge chose to make were wrong. Simeon quotes, "How can I thank you for all the people that you have jailed or sentenced today?" This quote is very important as it shows us that Simeon has grown enough confidence inside him where he can comfortably speak what he thinks is right. We also realize that Simeon has actually shown evidence that he has the ability of being a leader, as he stood up and faced something that he is against. So he is practically fighting with a heart full of belief. It teaches us the message that we ourselves, us, our classmates, people sitting around us, in the school, the suburb, the city, the country, the world, we all grow up. We gain powerful wisdom that we need to use in order to becoming successful. We believe in something that we think is wrong, then we must get the idea to not hold back and just go for it. Do you realize how Simeon started off very quiet and let everyone walk over him? But in the courthouse he actually pinned his ears back and spoke his point. He then left the courthouse with a bigger heart, as he felt good of himself for standing up for something he believes in. This is a perfect example of why we can do it too. Well, that's enough of Bully Basher. Moving on to the next poem now. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. The poem The Road Not Taken is about two equally worn, untrodden pathways. The author tells himself that whatever pathway he chooses to take, he will decide to go back to the other one another day. But he knows that day will never come. But he does claim to take the pathway less trodden on. Imagine this situation. You're walking to the shops, going to get something for your mum or yourself, or whatever. You suddenly forget which way to go. You try to remember off by heart or by mind. You can't think at all, so you start to walk around. You come to a corner that has two pathways. It's the right way you're going, but you forgot which way to go. It's one going left, one going right. Which one do you choose? Which one will take you to the shops? We must realize when making decisions, it is important to make the right one, as it is the next step into changing our lives. We are only learning knowledge and habits that are only teaching us into becoming better people and are taking us down the road of just growing up. The poet Robert Frost quotes, "Two roads diverged into the woods, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." This quote is very important as he is showing us that the decision between choosing the paths was very important. It has changed his life today. If he did not choose the right path, then he would not be in the position that he is in today. A key that is very important to us when making decisions and will help us make better decisions is the knowledge. The knowledge we experience as we are growing older. This is very important as it is helping our minds to grow more powerful. And once our minds grow powerful, then that will be a very important tool for us when making better decisions in life. And it will also lead us down the road to success. A main thing about Bully Basher and The Road Not Taken is that both poems share a connection that links to growing up and making decisions. Bully Basher is about making decisions that will benefit yours and others' lives, while The Road Not Taken is about decisions that will benefit your own individual life. Both poems portray to us that what we do today will affect tomorrow, but how we live today will determine the outcome for our futures tomorrow. We're born to live and we live to die, but how we live determines our future. Life consists of many mistakes and accomplishments, but us, the future of our world, can either live a life full of honesty and determination to succeed. As we start life off as a seed, we know that we will one day grow into beautiful trees and plants. We must also remember that along the journey our minds are growing strength and power. But we must use those values as a tool in order for us to making better decisions and becoming better people and successful people. Thank you.